Hey all, this is going to be a quick one. I've only got 45 minutes to work. Yeah, about 45 minutes. I have to go streaming again. So you can always help with that. Keep me from streaming. Let me code more on this game. Backing me on my Indiegogo project if that's what you would like to see happen. That would be awesome. Check it out. I have a link in my description beneath my video here. But otherwise, you can always help out. Just let other people know, maybe who want to see this thing come to life. But so all I'm going to do here this morning for this first session, I do plan to get back to it this afternoon. Once I get back, I'm planning to do about 3 hours. But I want to try to see if I can get in some line markers. So I kind of was tweaking my the positions of the ball, the field positions, and I've got it pretty good moving back and forth, staying in the field area. I think I've even got the ball switching sides now, so it's pretty much where it's supposed to be. You can see it says, for example, it's on the 38 going that way, which is pretty much right where it's at. Then I would go in the other direction, and we're on the 20. I'm off by about a yard, it looks like. So there's a little bit of room to play with there to try to adjust. It says I'm on the 21, so I should probably make minor tweaks for the overall distance starting on that side. But it's pretty close. So you can see that we're supposed to be on the 4. It says we're kind of on the 3. So I'm off by about a yard moving that way, which could be fixed both by squishing the field slightly, because my field might be too wide, or it could be a matter of my percentages are a tiny bit off, my starting points, my length of field options. Both can be tweaked. I could squish my field. It kind of bases it on if I get this way and it's more and more accurate, that means my field is too big, because that means as I get further and further away, the field is stretching. The ball's not moving as far. If my area gets squished, that means the accuracy stays on one side, but it also gets to be more accurate on the other side because it's not jumping as far. So, but one of the things I've noticed that it's kind of hard to tell sometimes where what we're paying attention to. So having a line marker, like you see on most football games, where are they trying to go? Even a scrimmage line marker. But first down markers are the primary thing. And I think once I get a line marker in that of any kind, even if it's first down, it should be pretty easy to duplicate and just reposition for a line of scrimmage marker. And then you can kind of see as you're getting closer or not, how you're moving, without having quite so much need for trying to read the numbers to see which side of what am I actually on. It'd be nice to kind of know who's got the ball simply by looking at the field. It's kind of hard other than to watch it moving back and forth. You don't know if that's a punt or a kick or a field goal or a big play, because they all have long distance moves on the ball, or if you're going backwards or forwards based on whatever. So at glance, you kind of want to see where you're headed. Now, there's a couple options. You could put things like arrows on the field to show which way are we moving. You do have who's got the ball. Right now, everybody moves this, in the same directions typically. But I'm thinking I want to put in a line. Now, the trick with putting in a line here is that you can see my field is a trapezoid, which means the lines are longer on the ends than they are in the middle, and they point in opposite directions. So they're going to be, one points to the right and one points to the left as you're looking at it. And that also means and since we're moving, it's got to adjust while it's going across. Basically what it means is I need an X and a Y point that can be set, not simply just put a line on the field. I need to say I need to have an X point, I need to have a Y point. I guess each point has an X and a Y. So I'm going to have to add the 2 points and have to set that. Now I got to set it dynamically on top of it. So ideally, we will start with, I was kind of doing some research as to how that's done in React. Again, kind of new. Oh, I was looking at frame of motion. That's my next cool thing I want to do video-wise. You can see how my football kind of jumps around. It just jumps to the next spot, you know, click, click. But it'd be kind of cool if it was motion, you know, just kind of slid over the next location. Because that's really what's happening, right? The ball moves. It moves not in jumpy motions. We're not just moving to that next spot. We're running the ball to that next spot. Now, ideally, the ball would kind of move with a player, but let's worry about that in the future. That's a later thing. I don't know. I mean, the more stuff I get into the minutia of movement, the more it starts moving into full-on trying to be a simulator. Actually, I mean a play simulation. Now, I want to do play simulation to a point, but my goal is to just make the, right now, basic simulation in the graphics, in that it's going to be something you can look at and enjoy the motion, the ball moving up and down the field, feel a little bit of the stuff is going on, but I want it to be smooth, not jerky. So that's kind of why I'm thinking motion with the football, you know, animation. But yeah, I want to eventually I'll have players. I want to put players down. I don't know how that's going to work. Those guys might have to be animated in some way as well. I don't, like I said, I don't know what level of physics I want to stick in, and I don't know how much of that's going to actually be on the web version. So right now I'm just doing React because I want it to have some visual aspects that sorry, my mind starts thinking about solutions in the middle of sentences. I wanted to have some visual effects that look good, but also, you know, make it clear what's happening, and so you can kind of tell at a glance. So let's go ahead and see what I can do. So now I was looking up in online and asking my buddy, the ChatGPT and friends, how do I do that? So it sounds like the best route is probably for a dynamic access is this SVG line element. And I'm guessing, you know, I haven't actually set one up before. So we have the dynamic endpoints using SVG, which is just line. The line elements SVG allows you in SVG. Do I have to do something special to create a line where you can set its endpoints and draw between them? The best approach is to use SVG line element. All right. I don't know, what does SVG stand for? Is it something I have to install? Oh, it's actually called SVG. Oh. You can create a line using SVG for more intricate designs. Is SVG an extension? Or is it a default React tag? I don't know what SVG is. I mean, scalable vector graphics is not specific to React, but is part of standard HTML. Oh, okay. It allows you to define vector graphics directly in the DOM, meaning it's a native web technology. React fully supports SVG elements, so you can use them. Okay, so yeah, it's just it's built in. That's basically all I was asking. That's the key. Okay, so we want to put in a line. Probably going to do the same thing I did here. I might even do it as a background in the same form and fashion I'm doing these guys, and we'll just layer them. So right now the background is the football field. On top of that, I would think I want to have a line. So football field would have to become 3. The football will still be 1. And then let's see if I can go here, and we'll just go, the SVG tag defines the SVG container. So let's go SVG, and then we're going to go line, and then, so they have, okay, so in SVG it's got some definitions of different things. So we're going to go ahead and use, we're doing a line. Now I know I have to set the X and Y coordinates. We're just going to put in a basic dummy one right now. Oh, it looks like I don't even have to do an end tag. I could just do a closing tag. I'm trying to work as fast as I can. This is a new thing to me too, so, but we'll see. Let's go x1 equals, now here's the thing. I'm gonna do something. I kind of want to do something that's perspective based, of course, on the growing and changing sizes of the field. So I'm gonna have to do something like this, and it won't be 56, but x1 it's not going to be 56. It's probably going to be, I don't want to say 40 either. Let's say 30. And what else? That is the X component, or the first X component. Oh, here, oh, that's interesting. Is it not going to let me do this? It might if I close it. Let's close it. Okay. Let's see. Still kind of doesn't like it. Is it pixel? Okay, so I'm a little concerned that it's not letting me do this, but I feel like there is a way. So let's go ahead. I'll ask GPT to fix my code in a minute, but we also need a Y. Now the Y is, oh, you know, X is the vertical or the horizontal. So this is actually wrong. But we're gonna put this in as Y. This is the top. Y1 equals. And then we're gonna go, oops. This one is gonna be width. And we're going to try to do it, we're going to try and set it pretty much in the same place that I set the, well, that's not going to be exactly the same either. So my field width, currently I have it at about 13.7 for the center point. So let's say 14. No, let's go 16. Because it's got to be pretty far over on one side. It's going to be interesting because I've got to adjust both back and front. So that's, well, my starting points are all the same. Eventually I'll be adding in dynamically the divisions that are going to move it to the other side. So I'll have to adjust for that. Let's just get my left side image. Let's just see what a line looks like if I can get it to work correctly. It's already complaining it doesn't like my injection of code here, so I'm a little worried about that. Because it's not allowing me, and there's no commas in between anything. Nope, so we just got to have x2 now, which is the bottom line. And we'll just see if I can plug that back in. So x2 is the bottom line. And that's going to be Oh, this is actually Y2 because I have the wrong piece in again. And the Y is top, and this is going to be like 80%. It's probably, like I said, these are going to be way off. I just want to see if it draws anything. X2 equals, and this one's going to be width. And this one's going to have to be something less than 30, or what would I go? 16. Let's go, and I'm normally 13, so we'll go 10. Okay. But is it still complaining? Still kind of complaining. It's not showing squiggly lines anymore, but it's also not acknowledging my my encased. Oh, wow, that's supposed to be a G. I don't know why that changed. Okay, so SVG. So we definitely have a problem. It doesn't like something. Let's go. I gotta put this in stroke. Stroke is the color, I guess. I don't know why. Go here, and then we'll call it. What is it? Yellow usually? Yellow. All right. So would this work for setting? Yeah, this will tell me if what my syntactical problems are. Your code is close, but the syntax for embedding JavaScript inside of JSX is incorrect. In JSX, you must use curly brace. I did use a curly brace. Oh. Wait. I am doing a curly brace. Oh, I don't have to put a $sign. Oh, because I'm not injecting it with a string. I guess. I'm not sure how that's different from doing it with the image, but okay. Well, let's do that. So the only difference is I'm not using the Alright, so let's just do that. Alright, so sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Oh, I didn't even put in a... Oh, that's not going to work. Okay, so let's see what this does. It's going to be totally inaccurate. I basically just guessed until I start figuring out the actual positioning. But let's see what we got for a line. Let's see how far off am I. Guessing I'm pretty far off, but does it even show up on the field? Also, I didn't even adjust that, but whoa, why did that move? Dude, what happened there? Where's my line? I don't see any line, and I don't see any line, and this is this totally got wonky. Can I do something like style equals I have two? Do I need two sets of curly brackets on this? Why do I have two? I don't think I need two. C index is -2. Maybe I do need two, or either I need two, or it doesn't like, I can't do this. Oh, I do need two. I don't know why it needs two. That's weird. Okay. I don't know what that's going to do, but I do know that my other image is totally broken. Yeah, it's doing something weird, obviously. Now, you know, heaven forbid should it actually go properly the first time around. I don't have a yellow line anywhere. I don't have it pushed down my header. I did a lot of stuff I don't want it doing. Why did it do that? All right, let's style position relative to huh. So it is position relative. So in theory, if I say position relative, and I want this to be the second item, so z-index is not valid. I should probably do a stroke width too. I don't know how big that is, but it probably should have some kind of a stroke width equals, let's make it big just for now so I can see what it looks like if it shows up. It's right now it's fiddling with my other stuff, so I'm not too fond of that, but let's stick this here, which would make this go ahead and stay as a 2, and this will leave it a 1. But if it's relative in depth, it's in the middle. So either way, that's fine. All right, let's see what that does. I don't know if it's gonna, it's still kind of moving my stuff around weird, and I still don't have a line anywhere. So I may have to give my buddy oh, I've only got 7 minutes left. No, I don't. Never mind. I have until 11. I can go right up to the gate if I need to. But I'll be right back. I gotta go grab my breakfast. So I don't know why it's pushing down my header here, and I don't have a view of it. So let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and provide my code. To my buddy. Down from the top, and the line is not appearing anywhere. This chorizo burrito from Trader Joe's. Chicken chorizo burrito from Trader Joe's. Your encounter is likely caused by how SVG element is positioned and size relative to its parent container. Specifically, does not have an explicit dimensions, which can cause layout issues and unexpected behavior. Line coordinates might be based on field image size, which may not be properly calculated yet, leading to incorrect placement. Fixing the SVG on the explicit dimensions of SVG. Make sure the SVG has position, absolute, and specific width and height, and matches its parent container. Coordinate calculations. Okay, so it's doing some stuff. Let's they put some stuff in the SVG. Oh, wait a minute. I thought it said I couldn't do -1. Then there's no z-index on SVG. Right. Did not work. Huh. I did this wrong. I misunderstood what it was saying. Let's put some SVG. SVG can have styles, including a z-index. I just misunderstood. It was talking about the line, the element of the SVG. And so we've got -3, -2, and then my football will be -1. Okay, so that gives my SVG some perspective. Doesn't really change anything for the line, so let's see what that does. Okay, my stuff is back. Oh, hey, we got it. All right, so we're back on track. So of course, I guessed where my line was going to be, and I was wrong. So let's try to get the top of the line fixed. Now the dynamic state of the line I'll fix last, because that's the easy part. It's the initial starting positions. So let's start with the X point here. We are way the heck off on here, so let's go 25 here and see if that adjusts that here. Gets me a little bit more on target. Let's shrink my image so where I can actually see it better. It's still a little off and it's a little too high. So let's try 21. And then we'll set the Y position to 33. We're getting closer. Because this is like the starting, the absolute minimum position that we want the top point to be at. Dang it, we're still too far. All right, let's try 1.5. And we're still too high. So we'll have to go to 35. Oh, that is really, really close. Let's twist the bottom down a little bit. So we're going to go with the Y point. It's going to be way more than 80. Probably going to go as much as another 10%. And then we're going to go ahead and move this one in probably another 4%. Nope, overguessed. It's not long enough. So we got to go to like 93. And we're going to go. We obviously got to pull this back. Overguessed it. How about, I don't know, 12? Oh, we're almost there. That's really close. All right, so let's make this go to 35.5 to shrink that down a little bit more. And we'll take this one out to 6. Whoa, what did I do? Oh, I put a decimal point in here. Yeah, everything blew up. It doesn't want to play anymore. Okay, fine. We'll restart. I get it. If only I could figure out how to chop the line now. Because you can see I've got pretty close to right where I want it. The one problem is can I go backwards from 21.6? 21.5 maybe? Ah, it's too much. Nope, I gotta go back to 6. I don't think it does finer decimals than that, so. All right, there we go. We got a line pretty much where I want. Now, here's the thing. Those lines will be consistent. I mean, they will be consistent at this size of the field. Okay, so I think I still don't like that my Y overshoots, but I don't know if I can adjust this anymore. If I could get the let's try 7. Ah, man. I think that's about. Whoops. What's causing that? Don't need that nonsense. I gotta lock that down somehow so that stops doing that. I don't want my upper leg. That looks weird. Okay. I need to get rid of the extra scroll bar is what I need. But we're pretty much on it. It doesn't seem to get too far off. And it's sizing correctly for percentages. Okay, so now the next big thing will be trying to move it. So we've got, this is our base starting point. So now everything we do is going to reposition it according to whatever I set it at. So now I got to figure out what is the starting point. What time is it? Oh, I got 9 minutes. All right, so basically it's going to be what? Yards to first down added to yards to go. And here's my concern. This gets kind of ugly, right? Because you can see here, in order for me to move the football, I have these two conditions that are based on who has the ball. And ultimately, it's going to be kind of the same. We're going to use it based on who has the ball, but the only difference is we're going to be adding yards to go to yards to first down. So our yards to go here will be yards to first down. I don't need to deal with the football width. That's not a thing. But I still need to have my line position based on it. So I basically have to do this whole thing and then add, let's see. I have this whole thing, yards to go. It's going to be yards to go plus yards to first down. And it's going to have to be added on to the amount of the field that we're dividing by, which is going to be the image width. It's going to be basically the same thing. So I think what I'm going to have to do is move all these down, just so that I can deal with each one as its own piece. Because each one is going to have its own math. Because the Y positions are going to be determined by the by the resizing. Resizing is going to change the Y positions. And the movement of the ball is going to change the X positions. X positions. So I have a lot of this information already. Like I could probably adjust the Y positions. You know what? Did my field auto size already? Oh my. It is kind of resizing already, because that's a percentage. It's already set to the percentage based on the. See, the thing is, when I get really big, my lines get thicker and they're harder to cover. They're like, they don't cover up quite as nicely when they get bigger. I wish I could be a little more precise there, but it is a thing. And the only other option is to make it thicker, so it just is more bold about its oversizing. I said 5, but you know, maybe I set it to like 7, just to make it thicker and more likely to cover its space. Just be nice and bold. It still kind of sizes a little short of the line here, though. Man. Is it not optional to push this just an extra fraction of an inch? Is that a thing? Can I do further decimals? Oh, that does seem to do something. Oh. Alright, that's even better. Given that, I might even try to do further decimals further. Let's go to 7, and then we'll take my bottom X and go to 3. Or actually go to 2. Such a tiny adjustment. And if you note, my Y position is still just slightly too long. Let's go to 8 here. And I wouldn't mind extending it down here probably another. Let's go 1. Now we got, what do we got? Whoa, got worse. Whatever I just did got worse. Boo! What did I do? All I did was change Y. Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to go up to 5. Yeah, the relation is to the angle of things is going to throw things off. It's still too long, though. It's really close. I think the bottom part's probably fine. It's still too long on the top, though. Or not long enough. Or yeah, too long on the top. So let's take this to 6. Maybe even 5.5. Nope, going the wrong way. 6.5. All right, how's that looking? All right, at least it stays on the field. I'm a little concerned about how short it's going to get over here, though. It's really close. The problem is my line has a corner on it. Unless I could change the top of the line to be flat, I could adjust it better, but it's not flat. It's square, and that's throwing it off. Okay, I should probably wrap it up and go do my DoorDash, and boo. All right, so we're getting close. When I get back, I will go ahead and get this fixed. All I need to do now, really, is adjust the horizontal positions, and we'll see how things start to affect. So positionally wise, we should always be in about the same place. I mean, horizontally speaking, even though the length of my line will change, right? Because we keep moving this at 100%, but we're going to still have the same Y positions. So the line will shrink, but my decimal divisions of how the line moves across the field. Man, I really wanted to finish this now. it's like no, I want to get this done, because I think this will be cool when I have the yard line, and then it'll be easy enough to throw in a scrimmage line, and then we'll just see things moving up and down the field together, and that's just going to be cool. And I really think we're on the cusp. I kind of wouldn't mind fixing my bottom bar here too, so it lets you see the full field. It kind of seems to be shifting, as you can see, as I get down to these larger sizes. It's perfect down here, where it's just underneath the field, but as we shrink, it kind of floats up, which, is not particularly great. It's not significant, probably not all that much of a big deal, but every little tweak makes it look cooler. And I should probably change my football simulator color to something that appears better over the top. Or maybe even put a outline on it. I don't know, is there a way to do that? Oh, nope, I gotta go. All right, so my stream has to end. Oh, God, so close. So close. We're going to have a pretty cool looking thing, though. I think once I'm done, I'll have this working before the day's out. This probably won't even take me an hour to fix this now. I've got the line in place. Got it doing what I want. Now I just need to have it start shifting left and right. And we've already got it resizing with the image. So really, it's just the shifting left and right that I need to worry about. I do have some little things. You can see my football is still getting a little off target. I don't know why it's getting off target. It was kind of on the lines, but now it seems to be a little off. But I'll tweak that. I don't know what I changed to make that happen, but it does need to be a little more precise. And we'll see more, as this is a 0 point, the same 0 point that everything else is using. The only difference is, it stops in the middle, but it's still a 0 point. So how I ended up with a football that ended up in here implies that I've got either a value coming in that's greater than my 0 point, like -3 or something, which could happen with a safety. Safeties would go backwards at negative into this area. So it's possible. But it should be very, very, very rare. Yeah. Okay, I gotta get to work until I get back. Sometime around 2:15, 2:30. We'll whip this out, and I will get this looking pretty cool. Final score, 22-21. Check that out, man. That's a good score. It's a cool score. I wouldn't mind seeing that in the game this coming week. But until next time, hey, check out my Indiegogo campaign. If you really want to see me finish this project, this is going to be a cool app, I promise. It's going to get better and better and better. I'm going to keep adding new features. Not only to the UI, but obviously I got to get the full functionality of the underlying engine in place. So I'll be doing a lot of that too. But every now and then I'll try to see what I can do to tweak the UI to kind of keep making it look a little better each and every time. And come along for the ride with me and help me get this done. Till next time, take it easy.